recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on our show, telling you thank you for always following us.
Hello,
A blessing, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. This morning, I am your news presenter, and my name is Greg Fina Courage Par. It's such a blessing to be alive this Monday morning, in the second month of 2024. That is February. Today is February 5th. And I'm excited to be here to inform you about the happenings within our country, Liberia, and the world at large. So, firstly, this morning, we want to say happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating your birthday today. And if you are celebrating your wedding anniversary, of course, happy wedding anniversary to you. And I say congratulations to you as well. So, we have varieties of newspapers in studio. We have Daily Observer newspaper, we have Front Page Africa, we have New Dawn newspaper, and we have Hot Pepper newspaper. If you are watching us away from Liberia, we are grateful having you on our platform here. This platform is called the Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, and this is Focal Online TV. This is where we bring innovation to broadcasting. So kindly make use of our comment section, kindly follow our page and share our live stream while we bring to you this important information of what is inside the print of our newspapers. Please stay with me, please. So we Daily Observer newspaper says criminal court arrests ex-Lagos officials for stealing US 1.7 million census money. This is from the Observer newspaper. This is one of the top headlines of what is in the paper this morning, what is in the print this morning. Criminal court arrests ex-Lagos officials for stealing. Criminal court arrests ex-Lagos officials for stealing US 1.7 million census money. This is so interesting. And Daily Observer has also in the paper how ex-President Weah's brother duped Ukrainian millionaire of US 4 million in fake oil block deal. How our ex-president, President Weah, former president brother duped Ukrainian millionaire of US 4 million. His name is Ripley, and his name is Chris Ripley Weah, and he has been involved in a serious money scandal as it relates to 4 million United States dollars. He duped a Ukrainian millionaire, and this is so bad as well. So, not to waste much of your time, we now proceed with New Dawn. What is in the print of New Dawn? New Dawn say consider crowd breaks silence. Consider crowds break silence and open up to New Dawn newspaper. This is another interesting one. Consider crowds break silence and open up to New Dawn newspaper. So New Dawn newspaper also is an interesting newspaper that brings to you sufficient information relating to our country, Liberia, and the world at large. So if you have nothing to do at times and you are a student, it's prudent enough that you always listen to the news. Of course, what is in your print this morning from New Dawn, Sarah reappears for confirmation today. Sarah reappears for confirmation today. Sarah Beslow Yanti, of course, she is the foreign minister designated by our beloved president, President Joseph Yuma Boaka. She appears before at the legislature, but then the issue was postponed. So today she should be reappearing for confirmation. Sarah Beslow Yanti should be reappearing today for confirmation, hopefully, for the position of foreign minister. So of course we move quickly to the front page African newspaper. Rabat International Airport Management apologized for power outage site technical issues. Rabat International Airport Management apologized for power outage sites technical International Airport Management apologized for power outage sites technical issues. How can a whole airport, a whole international airport run out of current for such a time? Just why people are coming and going. It's actually not okay for our country, and I feel these are all things that we ought to grow from. So this is an interesting one as well from front page. This is inside the print this morning. President Bouaka nominee for Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia debunks fake postings in or on made up Facebook page. President Bouaka nominee for Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia debunks fake postings on made up Facebook page. This is interesting as well. And of course, lastly, Hot Pepper newspaper says 7 senators take drug test in consonance with President Bouaka drug fight. 7 senators take drug test in agreement with President Bouaka drug fight. And of course, 7 senators have adhered to what the president said will be done. So of course, I'm seeing Senator Magio. Of course, it seems like he has taken the lead for this particular issue. So, folks, these were the top headlines from our different news sources within our country, Liberia. We take a short break. When we get back, we proceed with our news presentation with much emphasis on the headlines. Please stay with me as I will be right back shortly with the news presentation and emphasis on our headlines. Thank you.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Topa. My name is Greg Finan.
Criminal court arrests ex-Legis officials for stealing US 1.7 million. Criminal court arrests ex-Legis officials for stealing US 1.7 million census money. Within our country, and Geo-Information Services Legis have been arrested by the criminal court on allegations of economic sabotage. They were briefly detained after appearing in court on January 31, 2024. The charges against them are bailable, and the defendants took the opportunity to file a controversial property bond with US 5 million to avoid imprisonment. This bond is currently under review by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission (LACC) for any potential irregularities and may be challenged if found to be flawed. The LACC has indicated that the defendants are accused of misapplying approximately US 1,795,000, which was meant for the National Population and Housing Census (NPHC) conducted in 2021. This money, 1,000,000, 795,000, was meant for the National Population and Housing Census. The indictment alleged that the defendants engaged in suspicious transactions involving the NPHC account at EcoBank Liberia Limited, contravening established financial processes and procedures in the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission (PPCC). The indictment further states that the defendants acted negligently in recruiting Advenant and Bluecool Services Limited for transportation and freight forwarding services without adhering to Liberia public procurement laws. They have knowingly and willfully expended the amount of US 30,720 US of public funds intended for census-related activities for the purchase of a second-hand generator without adhering to the PPCC law of Liberia, violated the following controlling Liberians law, Part 4 of the PPCC Act, titled Methods of Procurement, with specific reference to the sections indicated below: Section 53, titled Request for Quotation; Section 54, titled Basic Procedures for Request for Quotation. It adds, additionally, they allegedly misused public funds to purchase a second-hand generator and failed to fully account for certain amounts withdrawn from the census fund, among others allegations. The indictment also indicates that the defendants, in the discharge of their duties, knowingly and willfully authorized the withdrawal and expending of a cumulative amount of US 70,000 of the census fund, intended for census-related activities following controlling Liberian laws. How ex-President Weah's brother duped Ukrainian millionaire of US 4 million in fake oil block deal. How ex-President Weah's brother duped Ukrainian millionaire of US 4 million in a fake oil deal. Christian Gribley Weah, a 41-year-old man proposing to be a brother of former President George Weah, has duped a Ukrainian millionaire of over US 4 million over a fake oil block deal in Liberia. Sources within the security sector hinted to the Daily Observer over the weekend. Weah, a Liberian national based in Canada, is accused of duping the Ukrainian Ministry of Energy out of over 4 million USD by using counterfeit public documents. Weah prefers to use Christopher Chipley Weah for his operations. He has a Liberian passport and accounts with both names. Weah, in collaboration with Carmen Lisa Woods, allegedly conspired to sell Liberian crude oil from a non-existent oil block number 9, the investigation revealed. Weah, according to a top source within the anti-finance crime sector of the country, allegedly formulated a deceptive contract for the sale and purchase of Liberian crude oil made and entered into by his counterpart in crime, Carmen Lisa Woods, on behalf of the government of Liberia, with Hama Halenchko, buyer of the Kyiv Ukrainian Ministry of Energy, on January 9, 2023, in Tarrant County in the state of Texas, USA. Weah and his ally Woods, president of Wesel Holding Incorporated, based in the USA, a firm address at 650 Main Street, number 1450 feet, Wharf, Texas 76109. The source said allegedly criminally conspired and purported to be representatives of the government of Liberia, authorized to sell Liberia crude oil in block number 9, an oil block that reportedly doesn't exist. During an inquiry with the Liberia National Police, its Major Crimes Investigation Division validated the Daily Observer's investigative findings. An LNP document revealed that we are dubiously counterfeited public documents pretending to sell crude oil in Cho tanks, Area 1, Area 9 at the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Corporation, LPRC, in Monrovia, in which we are and Woods are expected to sell 700 million barrels of crude oil at US 250 per barrel, valued at a total of 175 billion USD. The LNP document indicated that WIA is suspected of forging public documents to sell crude oil stored in shore tanks at the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Corporation in Monrovia. Notably, Weah purported to be the brother of former President George Manuel Weah and used both the seal of the Republic and that of the Executive Mansion as shield of legitimacy to carry out his operation. Sarah reappears for confirmation today. Sarah Beslo Yanti reappears for confirmation today. Liberia's Foreign Minister designate Madam Sarah Beslo Yanti is expected to reappear before the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee for confirmation hearing today. Madam Yanti, Liberia's highest ranking UN diplomat, had her confirmation hearing rescheduled last week after what senators cited as security breach. The former UN diplomat's confirmation has been rocked by allegations of false academic credentials. Her supporters say one of the few senators without college degrees are the one making the loudest noise about her credentials. However, the former UN envoy comes to the foreign ministry appointment with wealth of experience under her belt. Madam Yanti, 56, is an international development expert and a pastor. She has more than 20 years of professional experience. She was the United Nations Assistant Secretary General from December 2021 to her retirement in July 2023. Her work at the UN she's been from 2005 saw her work in Nepal from 2005 to 2009 before becoming the UNICEH HIV/AIDS advisor in Namibia and Kenya. Madam Yanti also served as head of the UNICEF office in Lagos, Nigeria from 2015 to and continue her service as UNICEF representative in the Gambia from 2015 to 2017. She also served as UNICEF representative in Yemen from 2019 to 2020. In January 2021, Madam Yanti was appointed as the UN resident coordinator in Nepal. Yanti also in Nigeria's fight against the 2014 West Africa Ebola. She was a key figure in Nigeria's response to Ebola outbreak. The foreign minister designate has also held portfolios at the Liberian Ministry of Health from 1999 to 2003, including director of the country's National AIDS Commission. Too much details were not available about what amounted to the security breach during her confirmation hearing last week. Yanti's nomination to Liberia's top diplomatic job has attracted positive and negative public attention. Councillor Crab breaks silence, opens up to New Dawn newspaper. Liberia Justice Minister designate Councillor Cooper debut Crab finally broke silence on Friday, February 2, providing more defense over allegations that he defrauded his client in the tune of US 58,814,000, saying the allegations are untrue and that it a mere blackmail. Speaking to the New Dawn newspaper Friday, Councillor Cry explained that at no time did he personally handle cash received by the Civil Law Court at the Temple of Justice in Monrovia as part of series of payment to Mr. Edgar Sine of Manon River Rehabilitation and Development Corporation, MARCO. He also disputed claim that the Supreme Court Grievances and Ethics Committee found him guilty of wrongdoing. Rather, he arrested that the GEC informed him that he had a moral duty to his client to provide a financial statement on the disbursement of funds that were received from the sales of confiscated rubber latex. This case involved Marco, an agriculture company that was established on September 18, 2006 by a group of Liberians who acquired 50,000 acres of undeveloped farmland in Bond County, Liberia for the cultivation of rice, cocoa, coffee, and oil palm production. The company also extended to neighboring Sierra Leone where it owns virgin rubber plantation ready for production. Between 2009 to 2012, Councillor Crab was hired to serve as a lawyer for Marco in a case against Mr. Edmondo Chomita, for which the former had pension for proper accounting. Flipping through pages of documents, Councillor Crab explained that he was contracted by Marco through his law firm Henrys and Henrys to recover US 600,000 from the petition for proper accounting filed against Mr. Tomita. As per the agreement, he was to pay 20% of the recovered amount. From Pitch Africa, Rabat International Airport Management apologized for power outage site technical issues. The management of the Rabat International Airport has issued an apology for disruption in the supply of electricity at the airport. In a statement, the airport authority said this is due to technical glitches between and being experienced by its primary and secondary power sources. The statement signed by Mr. Gerald Mans Cole, Port Manager Officer in charge, states the management of the Liberia Airport Authority, Rabat International Airport, informs the public, airlines, and port users of technical glitch being experienced by its primary and secondary power source. Management is making frantic efforts to restore power supply in the earliest and will provide regular updates as to the progress being made. Management regrets the inconveniences caused by this incident. Electricity supply in Liberia's Seoul International Airport has been relatively stable recently. However, the announcement by the interim management has garnered public attention, including that of the travelers. So we have lastly from Hot Pepper newspaper. Seven senators take drug tests in consonance with President Bouaga drug fight. Seven senators take drug tests in agreement with President Bouaga's drug fight. In agreement with President Joseph Human Bouaga quest to tackle illicit drugs and substance abuse, 7 members of the Liberian Senate, led by Senator Nathaniel McGill, have taken their drug tests. A batch of 7 senators brought a team of specialized professional doctors to test them for drugs. The senators are Nathaniel McGill of Margibi, Ibrahim Darius Dillon of Montserrat, Johnny Way of Bond County, Wellington Jivon Smith of Riverside, Zoe Emmanuel Penu of Grand Jide, James Bennett of Maryland, and Simon Taylor of Grand Cape Mount County. Speaking on behalf of his colleagues after the testing process, Senator Michael thanked the senator for doing their drug test, adding that the result of every member will be made public. He further encouraged the president pro tempore of the Senate and senator of Grand Bassa County, Yombli Kanga Lawrence, to put the matter on floor of plenary for all senators to randomly do the test. We encourage the Senate through the pro tem so that we do this over and over. You know today, you may not know tomorrow. You can still have a positive test. So it will be an ongoing random selection, the Mark Eby senator noted. Senator Michael, who chairs the Senate Committee on Education and Public Administration, said he believes the citizens, including the young people, will be motivated to join the fight once their nation and their national leaders lead by example. So I want to say thank you to my fellow senators for this bold step. And this is good for our country. Like the president said, like we said, the rapid test result will be made public so everyone can see what we are doing and talking about, he stated. So this is a fine step taken by our senators, 7 of our senators, in agreement to what President Joseph Lumumba Bouaka said relating to them being tested as it relates to drugs in our country, Liberia. We hope that the result be pulled out openly so that we know that these 7 senators' names that will record are free from drugs and these bad substances that usually people are getting down with. So if we can start from these high-ranking officials of our country, like Liberia or lawmakers, then it is a good step. I think it should go to the House of Legislature as well, to our representatives, for them to be on good track. Of course, these were the beautiful stories from our news sources within our country, like Liberia. Sarah Beslo Yanti should be reappearing at the Senate today for confirmation, and hopefully, whatever goes on right today, she will be accepted and confirmed. If everything does not go right and things go wrong, then it's another trend. But of course, few of Lege's officials have been, called by criminal court. They have been arrested for stealing US 1.7 million, and those who were arrested include Francis F. Ware, Director General, Lawrence George, Deputy Director General for Administration, Wilma Smith, Deputy Director General for Information and Coordination, and Dominic P. Controller. So these were the listed people who were caught by the criminal court to be arrested for stealing our country money, US 1.7 million. They were briefly detained after appearing in court on January 31, 2024. The charges against them are bailable, and the defendant took the opportunity to file controversial property bond worth US 5 million to avoid imprisonment. So of course these people have money. And of course the court will have to go through all of the properties and everything to make sure it's valid and it's true and honest. And if it is not, it's another one for them again. However, ex-president Weah Brother is a scammer, and he has been on the issue of duping people from this particular story. He duped a Ukrainian millionaire of US 4 million in fake oil block deal. And of course, he was accompanied by Carmen Lisa Woods, allegedly conspired to sell Liberian crude oil. So, these were the top headlines today. Thanks for joining us. I do appreciate you here on the platform of Inside the Print Media. My name is Greg Finan Karishpat. This is how I say happy Monday, happy new week to all of you. I love you, and I will be back hopefully tomorrow to do what I usually do, bring to you information relating to our country, Liberia. Bye bye. Thanks for joining us this morning.